All right, so in example 2, we have an order, and we're going to have to check that safe dosage range before we figure out how much we can give our patient. So the order says we have to give drug Y 60 milligrams by mouth every day in the morning. Okay, our patient weighs 12 kilograms. Now the safe dosage range says we can give anywhere from 5 to 10 milligram per kilogram per day in a single dose. And our supply closet has drug Y available 100 milligrams per 5 mils. Okay, so before we start calculating milliliter per dose, we have to check that safe dosage range first. Okay, so safe dosage range, let's go back and read. It says it had a range, right? It was anywhere from 5 all the way up to 10 milligram per kilogram per day. Okay, so this is where we have our low side and we have our high side, but it is weight based. Okay, so this is where we have to come back in and multiply that 5 and the 10 by the weight. So let's start with the low. Our low milligram per day that we're looking at here says that we're starting with a 5. 5 milligram per kilogram per day. So when you see this per kilogram per day, that means kilogram and day both go to the bottom of that fraction. Okay, so 5 milligrams per kilogram per day. And we like the milligram and the day. Okay, we've got that lined up correctly, but we do need to get rid of the kilograms. So that means we need to come over here and multiply by kilograms. And they told us that our patient weighs 12 kilograms. If they gave the weight to you in pounds, you just got to do a simple conversion, divide by the 2.2, and all of a sudden you've got your 12 kilograms. Okay, so not a big deal if they give it to you in pounds. All right, so kilograms get to cancel, and then we can multiply the top. The bottom is all ones, so we wind up with a 60 milligrams per day. All right. So we do the same thing for the high side now. Okay, we worked with the 5, now we got to work with the 10. So again, high milligram per day is going to be 10 milligram per kilogram per day. We need to get rid of kilograms, so you multiply by the 12 kilograms, and you wind up with 120 milligrams per day. Okay, so that is our range for this particular patient who weighs 12 kilograms. Okay, if you were fixing up this medication for a 20 kilogram patient, you're going to see that their safe dosage range is a little bit higher, okay, which is what you would expect. All right, so now that we've calculated the safe dosage range, we've got to figure out, is it safe? Is the order that the doctor has ordered, is that safe based on the safe dosage range? Okay, so fast forwarded here. I've got my safe dosage range over here, 60 milligrams per day all the way up to 120 milligrams per day. Now our order said to give 60 milligrams by mouth per day in the morning. Okay, so here, our order is for 60 milligrams per day, and that is within our safe dosage range. In fact, it's the minimum that we can give, but it falls within the range, so it is safe. We can go ahead and give that medication. But I would like to talk to you about the phrasing here. Our order said 60 milligrams by mouth per day. Okay, if it said 60 milligrams by mouth BID twice a day, then that would mean our order would be for 120 milligrams, which is still safe. It's on the higher side, but it's still safe. All right. We would want to look at the safe dosage range because it did say to give it within a single dose. Okay, that we give 5 to 10 milligram per kilogram per day in a single dose. So it would still fit with that as well because we're given 60 milligrams in a single dose. We would just be giving it BID if this was a different problem, which would still fit. Okay, but always watch the frequency, how often the dose is ordered and how often they recommend that that dose be given. Okay, because sometimes those won't match up like you need them to. All right, so anyways, ours is safe. Let's move on to the third part. We got to figure out how much we're going to give our patient. Okay, now it's a good habit to always get an estimation before you actually do your math. So keep in mind that we need to give 60 milligrams, right? And the supply closet has this drug Y. They've got 100 milligrams in 5 mils. Well, I don't need all 100 milligrams. I only need 60 milligrams. So that means I won't need all 5 milliliters, right? So let's just make that connection, that 60 milligrams is smaller than 100 milligrams. So our order is smaller than that concentration there, which means I won't be needing all 5 milliliters. We need to give less than 5 milliliters, okay? And that's all we really think about as an estimation, is is 5 mil a good dose? Do I need less than 5 mil? Do I need more than 5 mil? It's just an estimation, okay? You're not gonna go pull up some random number in a syringe based off of an estimation, but it does help prevent some calculation errors. So now we can do the real math. We need to figure out how many milliliters we're giving our patient, right? How many milliliters per dose we are working with here, okay? So we pull in the available, which is what is supplied to us. So be sure and put the 5 mil on top, since that is what we're looking for here, milliliter per dose. So 5 mil gets put over 100 milligrams. That puts milligrams at the bottom, which means we need milligrams at the top. So I'm grabbing the 60 milligrams out of the order. I'm not using the safe dosage range anymore, right? We are done with that. We decided that our dose is safe, so we don't need the safe dosage range anymore. I'm pulling the 60 milligrams from the order. We were told to give 60 milligrams per dose. Now, I mean, technically it says per day, but that was the only time we were given it, right? So that's a 60 milligrams per dose. So check those units. Milligrams cancel. We have milliliter on top, dose on bottom, which is what we're looking for. So multiply the top. The bottom is 100. We divide, and we get 3. We need to give our patient 3 milliliters. Does it fit your estimation? We said, well, less than 5. So yeah, we're good with that. That one works.